Hi everybody, welcome to the South Australian Sports Show. I hope you can stay with us for the next hour. Plenty coming up on the show, lots to talk about. We have a very special guest joining us too. 2 gold medals at the Olympic Games, if you don't mind. Barry Curtin, as always, joins me. Baz, how are you?
Good, mate. Thank you.
Mate, pretty exciting weekend. Let's start with the Crows because their season wraps up and then we'll get to the team Port that are moving into the finals. Obviously the win over North Melbourne, so their season over. How have you seen their season? Just on ground, just on ground.
Well, it's an improvement.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's an improvement. They win 6?
7.
7?
Yep, 7.
Okay.
4 more than last year.
Well,
and they played 4 more games than last year. So, yep.
Well, it is an improvement, isn't it?
Yep.
Look, they've got a couple of, I think we said last week, they've got a couple of young fellas that really came on late this year. Early in the year, wouldn't give you 2 bob for them. They've developed nicely, and they look like they've got a couple of good ones out of them. So they'll be okay. Adelaide will be okay. I mean, I don't take much into that win, North Melbourne. They didn't look very... Matter of fact, to be honest, I watched the first quarter and a bit, and it was like, they kept kicking it to each other. Like, Crows get it, kick it to North Melbourne. North Melbourne got it, kick it back to the Crows. It was an ordinary game.
An ordinary game.
But Adelaide, in their second half, I thought played really well.
All right, well, we're talking about ordinary games. What do you call the Port Bulldogs game then?
Tough. That's
tough.
what that was.
1 goal in 2 quarters is tough.
Well, yeah.
I
think had they have kicked straight, they would have won the game by a lot more.
1 goal in 2 quarters. Does that concern you at all?
1 goal,
no concern?
No, not a bit.
You think that's
not
good form leading into the final series?
Well, we did that, I think, 3 times in the last month and a bit and won every game. Yeah. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, mate.
No.
I mean,
was it good to watch? Was it good to watch?
Well, had they kicked straight, it would have been, yeah.
No, they didn't though. So
no, they didn't kick straight.
Was it good to watch?
I thought it was a great game to watch. Yeah.
Really?
You didn't think?
No.
Why?
1 goal.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, what do you watch it for?
The game was a good game.
What do you watch footy for, mate?
The game was tough.
Do you watch footy for no score or do you watch footy for score?
No, you watch footy for footy.
Yeah. So you reckon that's the type of game the type of game that Channel 7 would want as a marketing tool, as opposed to a game that had 15 goals to 16 goals.
Yeah. Well, put it this way, I thought the Crows game.
I
thought the Crows game was bruise-free footy.
Yep.
Port Bulldogs certainly wasn't bruise-free footy.
No, it was not.
That's the difference in the games.
Yep.
You're talking 2 top sides who don't want to give the other one anything.
No.
At all, nothing.
Yep.
Bashing each other. And that's exactly what happened. The tackling in that game was outstanding.
All right.
They're different skills, Phil.
So, no, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. My point is that
what if that game...
I didn't enjoy watching either game. I didn't think either game was a good game to watch.
What did they have? 1 goal, 8. What if that was...
But it wasn't. It was 1 goal,
6-3.
So I agree with you. I agree. If it had been 6-3, it would have gone, that's a terrific game.
Well, the game was over.
It was 1 goal, 8.
The game would have been over.
So you go... Anyway, leading into the finals, I agree with what you're saying. It's the type of game, tough, hard, get over the line at the end, which makes you feel great about the win. Yeah. So it had all of that. So we come up against Geelong, Port up against Geelong this weekend. So a quick bit of research says that it's a little bit of history repeating itself, hopefully not.
Yeah.
Port played Geelong last year in the qualifying final. Geelong got them by 16 points.
No, Port got Geelong.
Port got Geelong, sorry.
Yeah.
Then this year, Geelong got Port by 16 points. In the last 3 seasons, they're 2-2, so they're pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
So have you said, what's the edge coming into this game?
Yeah.
Is it at home? Is that the edge? So Port have got a little edge if it's because it's line ball stuff.
Yeah.
Is it playing at home in front of? I know we'll talk about that in a minute. 15,000 v 25,000, or should be more.
Joke. Yeah.
Does that give power just enough to get over the line?
Yeah, I think so. I think, look, the reason and you know I'm a Port man and whatever, but the reason I would pick Port Adelaide to win that game Friday night, one reason, Tom Stewart. The Geelong backman that is out, who is rated number 1.
It was a big out.
A massive out, mate.
Yep.
And it showed against Melbourne on the weekend.
Sure.
He's a massive out.
Yep.
And I also think that Zach Toohey and Mitch Duncan won't come up for the game either. So Port will go in at full strength. There's no excuses for Port. No. They're at home.
Well, they're going to have
15,000.
You've got one bloke with a hamstring.
Well, I reckon, what I hear yesterday, he'll play.
Okay.
Right. But they may be a bit cautious with him, but they're virtually at full whack, even if he doesn't play.
All right.
Someone like Orozio Fantasia
will. Yeah, I'd find it hard to go against Port Adelaide with you as well, mate. Hey, we need to get over to Jamie for the sports news. Jamie?
Cheers, guys. What a week it's been for local sport. I'll be taking you through the news with SA Sports Show's weekly wrap-up. In South Aussie intercollegiate footy, Prince Alfred College earned themselves a clean win over St Peter's. PAC were on their A game, kicking off their 150th match against St Peter's with an impressive 9 goals in the first term. The Reds finished off with 105 points over St Peter's 76, accelerating where possible to gain ground and move up the field. The captain of PAC, Harry Tunkin, showed up as a key player, frequently winning his contests and scoring 2 goals, one of which was a late long shot. Coach Matt Slade says it was a relief to see the Reds lift the trophy after all of their work throughout the year. In the big leagues, the Western Bulldogs were defeated by Port Adelaide last Friday in the AFL at Marvel Stadium. After kicking the first 4 goals in 10 minutes, the Bulldogs lost their lead later in the match when Robbie Gray scored a boundary goal with just under 5 minutes remaining. Although the Dogs were accurate, Ollie Wines, Travis Spoke and Scott Lysett proved to be incredibly skilled in playing their roles on the team. There is a chance at redemption for the Doggies, who are hoping West Coast can knock out the Brisbane Lions at the Gabba to gain themselves a second chance. Although Power won the match, they were at a loss when Mitch Georgiadis was unfortunately subbed out due to a hamstring injury, which could potentially damage his chances to play in the finals. Port Adelaide are taking on Geelong tonight in the qualifier round. Let's hope the boys stomp them. Athletics SA State Cross Country Championships are coming up, and father-son duo Paul and Kale Mulholland are on the radar for a successful result. After each achieving second place in their under 18 and over 35 categories, the pair are looking to step up and take first at Victoria Park this Saturday. They're hoping that their healthy father-son rivalry will help to give them a special edge against the competition. Kale followed through his dad's footsteps after seeing him compete, and according to Paul, is now the fastest in the Mulholland family. The all-ages event spanned between 3 kilometres and 10 kilometres and were originally scheduled to run last month, but were put on hold due to lockdown. In the SANFL, long-serving executive of Central District, Chris Grant, was farewelled with a hearty 33-point win over Adelaide last weekend. He received thunderous applause at the final siren after serving the club for the past 44 years. The score was 75 points to Adelaide's 42, with Fraser Fort and Nick Land showing up as key members of the Bulldogs throughout the match. Port Adelaide also seemed to be winning across all leagues, defeating South Adelaide 97-84 at Alberton Oval. Port's excellence throughout the 4th term pushed them forward, claiming the win over South by 13 points. That's all we've got for you this week. Be sure to stick around because we've got plenty more on the way. I'm Jamie Tenikoff and we'll be right back after the break.